Hey guys, my name's Ashley Shaw, and I'm going to be walking you guys through today exactly how I plan my entire social media posting strategy in less than 60 minutes. So, this has been a very highly anticipated training because this can be a huge time suck for people. And this is something that we always used to use in the fitness industry back when I worked in corporate fitness clubs. And it just really takes down the overwhelm of what do I actually put out there every day? How do I get people to engage without saying the same thing over and over again? And how do I really drive lead generation in my business? So I'm going to walk through exactly the process of how to tie these pieces together in all aspects of your marketing plan. So for those of you guys that don't know me, what I actually do is I help eliminate the overwhelm in your marketing efforts so you can have the business of your dreams and focus on the things that you actually like to do. So I like to help really simplify things to make your business really easy. So that a lot of things that you don't like to do are done for you, and you can focus on the aspects you love to do, which actually help project and build your business to exactly where you want it to be. So really this call is going to be about looking at your month and thinking about how you're going to plan out the month. And we're going to use April as the example. And I'm going to walk you guys through step by step exactly how I would tackle this if I were a fitness coach or someone in a social selling setting where I needed to plan out day by day exactly the strategy I was going to focus on. So before we move into what needs to be posted day by day, I want to talk about the different aspects of your marketing plan, because the posting itself is just one piece of it. There's a larger funnel at play. So you might have heard of the sales funnel. This is really the process of taking people from interacting with you in your social media posts and moving them down through these phases. So when someone first becomes aware of you, this is called the awareness phase. They may see a post from your social media and then become interested in what you have to offer. Then we're going to move them into an interest phase. So this could be they now are watching what you're posting and they join one of your Facebook groups. And then perhaps you have a freebie, you collect their email so you're able to communicate with them. So you might be communicating with them through your Facebook group, or you might be communicating with them through email, or best case scenario, you're communicating with them through both. Because the more places that they can see your message, the more it becomes embedded in their memory and in their thoughts, and you want to move them into consideration. So the purpose of your Facebook group posts as well as your email strategy is you're building trust and likability, but causing them to consider your product. And obviously this has to be done in a really crafty way. It's through storytelling, it's through teaching them things, and then moving them to sale, which is going to be done through when your product actually becomes available, that call to action, which again can be done through email as well as other methods. And then your Facebook ads, if you are someone that is using ads to move your business forward, is going to help push people from consideration to sale, as well as it can help increase your awareness to your cold market that don't know about you yet. So that is a sales funnel. That's how those pieces of the puzzle come together there. So then I wanted to explain exactly when we look at the pieces that we have to work with, what are the steps of priority when it comes to piecing your funnel together. So the top of the funnel is going to be your Facebook page. This is where you're posting consistently and you want to really get comfortable with Facebook stories, that sort of idea. That helps build your awareness phase of the funnel, as well as Instagram. Your Instagram should be up and running, and then you have your stories being done consistently. Those things really help build that awareness. Then you can help take your customer through that interest and consideration phase where we talked about your Facebook community. The real purpose here is to add consistent value to your groups, talk about your mission, your vision, like really teach them why you're different. Then you have your email series, which helps move them into interest and into consideration because you have a product to offer. So sending weekly emails to your list, driving trust and driving product launches. And then you can also set up a lead magnet, which is going to help you build that email list as well. That's why we would have an email or a lead magnet as a fitness coach or a social seller. And then you want to have your Facebook ads, if you're at this point in your business, set up to attract more cold leads into your funnel. So if you're finding that you're not getting any new leads, that's where Facebook ads can really come into play and help you move your business forward and help automate that process. And it accelerates your business by driving traffic into your launches and then pushing them down the funnel. Like you can make sure that they see your message, which helps them go from interest to consideration through that funnel. This as well, Facebook ads can really help with your recruiting efforts and help make sure that those coaches that you're trying to attract see you as well and see those right messages in the right timing. So these are the things when you are setting up your marketing plan that you really want to consider. What is going out on my social media? What is going out in my Facebook community? Which emails do I need to send? Which freebie am I putting out there to promote that's going to help me like collect my leads and start building that email list that I'll be sending emails out to? And then Facebook ads, if you're running them. As I mentioned, you might be a coach that is, at the point that you need ads, you need more cold leads in your funnel to grow your business. Or maybe you're just getting started and you have enough warm traffic that you're working with. So it just comes to a point in your business, if it's not growing anymore, that's where ads can really come in helpful in getting your message out to that cold lead market. So this is just an example of how I would utilize a full strategy. And then I'm going to get into how to come up with the post itself and a really easy way to do this. So this is just a template that I always use to think about my month. So what am I going to be posting on my Facebook? What am I posting on my Instagram? What's going to go in my stories? What's going to go in my community? Which emails am I sending out? This is maybe when you're more advanced, you're going to be thinking about, are they current customers? Or are they not customers yet? Because those things might be different. Well, they will be different, but, and then you might look at what's my Facebook ad strategy. So those are the various components that are going on throughout the month. And typically a launch is 90 days. If we think about most product launches, they would start and then there would be a 90-day period before they finish off and before they're either not available anymore or available on bot or the product, the way that a customer can purchase the product changes. So those are some things to think about when you're planning out your strategy. So I'm going to now walk you through the exact steps I would take when you're thinking about all these things and how to piece them together. So give me a sec here. So this is an April calendar. This is always how I do my product launches. Like I am really old school. So I'll get out my calendar. I'll get out a bunch of smelly markers. These are not smelly markers, but I always use smelly markers. That's just my favorite thing. And I will get this out and then I will set myself up and just plan each day. I work a little bit more creatively with a pen and paper in hand. So you might find that you're that style type too, that you really need to have that structure, or maybe you're more computer oriented and you like to, set it up. For the purposes of today, I'm going to be showing you on my computer so you can see what I'm doing, but that is really the real deal on how I do it. Okay, so you got your calendar, and then there's something that you can Google. So I don't know if this is it's probably not a secret just to the fitness industry, but one of the things we used to always have to do is every day when we were in the fitness club, we had to generate leads. So this can be a very challenging task if you're seeing the same people over and over and over again. You can't say to them, want to give me a lead or want to get started. Like, it becomes really repetitive. And I think this is really the same thing when you're on social media. You can't just post stuff and be like, want to get started every time. Like, people are going to tune you out. You can't just post workout videos every day. Like, people will tune you out. And I actually think that this is probably the biggest area of opportunity that I see, is that if you're a fitness coach, if you are consistently posting about stuff that other fitness coaches can only relate to, those are the only people that are ever going to engage with your posts. So I'm going to give you guys an example. If I think about a fitness coach, we've got shakes, we've got workouts, we've got going on Success Club trips, we've got what else? Maybe meal planning. And we've got, this workout is really hard. Let's just say those things. If you consistently post about those things, I want to challenge you, because if you think about your ideal customer, I'm going to guarantee you that those things are not relatable. So what's going to happen is a ton of coaches are going to respond to your post, but you're going to have no other traction. Like, if you think about it, your ideal customer does not drink a shake every day. They don't. They're not there yet. So more so, the posting that I'm thinking about is educating them on what gaps there are in their diet right now, or why when people skip meals, it can cause them to binge later. Like, before jumping to a solution, you have to educate people on why there's a gap. And I think that that's probably the biggest aha moment that I've had, just being more in tune with watching how people post and considering how myself I post, right? So that's a really big thing. If you can take one thing away into whatever month you're jumping into, if it's April, May, whatever month it is, I really want to challenge you to think about your ideal customer and think about your posting plan as an opportunity to fill in gaps, not to just post about your daily life, which may not be relatable. So that's just a little tidbit. So when we think about the fun calendar, you can Google April fun calendar. This is going to give you a bunch of different ideas. And this is one of the ways that I sort of blueprint my month. So if we take, for example, I am going to actually get out of this for a sec and show you exactly how I would do this. So I just went to Google and I said fun calendar April 2019. So here it is here. I'm also going to look at my calendar of events. So I know that in the month of April, we have the 21-day fix coming up. The first of the month, we have T20 is on Beachbody On Demand on April 1st. We also have the 21-day fix extreme on April 29th, and then we've got a consumable launch coming up. Those things are within my calendar, so I know when I have a call to action, I want to be talking about those things. It's not just a random event, right? Those things have to be set up on my calendar already. Then from there, I'm going to think about what other things usually do I produce. So if you have a blog, or if you have a podcast, if you have something that you want to consistently put out there, there's going to be a certain day that perhaps you tell your audience about that. Some coaches may be there, some may not. That's totally okay. That's just something to think about on your calendar. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look here at what's happening in April and try to think about what are the things that I could post about and tie into what I could talk about on social media. So fun at work day. To me, instantly, that is super easy. So for this day, what my post for that day is going to be on, let's say, Facebook, is going to be, I'm just going to put a note here, fun at work day. So I'm going to talk about like maybe my corporate job and why working as a coach has been a great opportunity. But what we want to do is remember our ideal customer here. Are they already working as a coach, or are they stuck in corporate? Are they stuck on mat leave? Like, you've got to be specific with knowing where are they in their life cycle, and how can I make this post relatable to that audience specifically? So that's just an idea there. Maybe that day I have that going on, the fun at work post there. Oh, shoot, sorry, I deleted it there. So then if we consider the next day, let's look at Tuesday. There's nothing going on there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at my list of other topics I typically post about. I like to have an about me post. I like to have a educate post, a motivate or inspire post. Like, these are some of the other things I like to post about. So I might say, okay, well, on the next day here, Tuesday, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put this into notes so it doesn't pull up a bunch of other confusing information. So let's do this. Okay. So we said Monday is our fun at work day. And then Tuesday, I'm going to say, I want to do a behind the scenes post. And what that might be, could be something like, okay, I know that day I want to, let's just think here. I want to do something about like working out at home, but have like my kids crawling everywhere. Like, it's basically like my not so perfect life. Life. There we go. My not so perfect life. So that would be an idea for how to relate to the ideal customer. Then maybe next on Wednesday, if we just have a look at what's going on Wednesday here, World Party Day. Like, that's something that I'm not really going to relate to. So what I would do is look at that list again. Okay, maybe I want to have an educate post on why you need your veggies. And then that sort of ties into the Shakeology piece of the nutrient-dense product that we have, but it at least sets them up for explaining the gap before you get into providing a solution. Next, I'm going to look at Thursday. This is Tell a Lie Day. Ooh, this could be a good one. Like, to think about, if we think about Tell a Lie Day, we could think about the idea, never have I ever. That would be the theme maybe for that day. Something like that. And then you could hashtag Tell a Lie Day. And then Friday, that week is going to be, so walk to work day. That might be something that's relatable to you, but it may not be. So maybe I'll go more here into motivate. I always love quotes. Like, that's something that I like to keep it super easy, and maybe just utilize a quote in there to help come up with some ideas that day. So literally, that is how I would plan out my month, thinking about, okay, what fun calendar ideas can fit into the plan. If I think about behind the scenes, educating people, motivating people, getting engagement, what are the topics I could talk about each day? And I will write this on a calendar. I usually just write like one word, like it might be behind the scenes or educate or motivate, and then I'll come up with the idea that day. But you can go as far as like actually thinking about, what do I want to post that day if you have an idea, and then write it down. So that is really how I would think about your posting strategy for your Facebook and for Instagram. Now, stories, if you've ever done one of the Instagram courses before with Michelle and I, then you know we use the Ridic formula, which is a Chanel Johnson formula, where your stories for the day are going to be so Ridic, relatable, then you're going to educate, then you're going to ask for some dialogue, so using the comment box, then you're going to interact, so you use a poll, then you're going to capture, which is asking them to DM you. Those are the things that work best on the algorithm. That's how you're going to sort of plan out your stories. And that doesn't have to be super well thought out before. I think it's like a spur of the day sort of thing. How can I knock off these categories? Like there's no like real point in, I think stories are more of a day-to-day sort of thing. So that's how I would recommend actually planning out your month. And that might seem super duper easy, which is what I'm really hoping for, is that you see that it's really just the creativity day to day to think about, what do I need to post today? Then every 7 posts, either like you're going to have a call to action, or there might be a specific day that there's a call to action you want to talk about. Now, a call to action is going to be asking your audience to do something. So it could be drop an emoji, drop your email, like this post, something like that. You want them to engage with your posts. That really helps the algorithm. That's going to be an important piece. Now, the other things that we have not really talked about are your email series, your freebie. So just a quick note on those two things. The purpose of a freebie, which could be like 10 recipes, or it could be fill out this quiz. It could be anything like that. The purpose of that is to collect emails. Now, you do not have to have a website to collect emails. MailChimp has a really great landing page that you can create. It's pretty simple to do, and it's free. So you could then take that landing page, you just link it to a list, like an email list you create on MailChimp, and then it'll just put all the emails there of people that download your freebie. And how you're going to promote your freebie is you're going to do one of a couple of things. You can obviously talk about it in your social media posts. You can make it the banner of your Facebook page. You can talk about it on your Instagram in your bio, like link in bio, that sort of idea for them to get the freebie. You can promote it on Facebook. That's a really good way to do that. That's what we're doing right now in the Facebook mentorship I'm running. So there's a lot of ways to collect leads, but emails are really worth $1 per email. And I know I've heard that before and thought, nah, I don't have time, I'll do it later. But it's really, what I've realized is why it's so important is that the delivery rate on your posts on, if you look at Facebook or Instagram, is only 2%, whereas emails, 28% of people, that's the open rate and the delivery rate of emails. So you can imagine if more people saw what you're putting out there, it would definitely increase your bottom line. So when you divide it out, every email is really worth $1. So if you make that a big focus for yourself, you think about like, how much money do I want this business to generate? And then think about, how big does my list have to be? Because if you're launching something and someone gets a reminder, that obviously is going to help their reaction, right? Whereas if they don't know about it, they're definitely not going to take action. So that's why the email list is so important. And that's how the freebie feeds your email list. And I would recommend that you're sending out an email once every week or once or twice a week, just depending on your audience and what content. I wouldn't send an email to just send an email, but I definitely think it's important that your list is hearing from you, so that when you do send a call to action, they're not like, where did this email come from? I never hear from this person, that sort of idea. So I'm just going to unsubscribe. So that's how those things sort of connect, and how the funnel can really work to help start automating your coaching business, which is obviously the goal most people have, is how do I put this more in autopilot so that I can start freeing up time and really work on building the business instead of just trying to maintain it. So there's some resources I have that are available for you guys. This is something that's brand new. It's the 30-day done for you April marketing strategy. So what I've tried to do is look at what are all the things that coaches need to have for the month. You need posts to put on social media for your Facebook group or Instagram. You need posts for your challenge groups. You need to have a freebie if you're trying to grow your business. And you also need an email sequence to send to them once they subscribe to your list. So what I've done is tried to bundle all of this together so that it's a super easy, every month, done for you. Here you go. April 1st, it arrives in your inbox. And then all you have to do is just schedule it. And I legit used to pay $75 an hour for a copywriter, which was bananas because I just felt like it was, it's a lot, that was a lot of money per hour to pay someone. And then on top of that, they weren't in the industry, so they didn't always get the voice I was going after. So I thought that this package would be something super reasonable that I could put together for you guys. And I have a monthly option and then a one-time, I just want it this month to try option. So you guys can definitely check that out. It's at ashleyshaw.ca/monthly marketing. And then these are some other done for you options I have. If you just want an email series or you just want the challenge group posts, you can go that route. Or if you just want to do the done for you posting options like you've always done before, those are going to be available as well. But I really wanted to add to that arsenal of done for you stuff so that if this all makes sense, but you're like, yeah, cool, but I just don't have the time to execute that, I need someone to help me with just getting it written and done, then I have that available for you. So you can check those things out. So hopefully that has been super helpful. I would love for you guys to leave some comments below. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And if there's anything that we've missed here, like what are some other things that you need more help with that I can help create some training videos to get you on the right track and really help you eliminate the marketing overwhelm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will chat with you guys on the other side. Thanks so much.